the highly respected Richie Woodhall, who's been boxing since he was a 6-year-old boy. It's been a distinguished career. He's won Olympic bronze, Commonwealth, European and World Championships. But I would venture to suggest that victory here tonight would be his most amazing success of all. Having said all that, he's getting on for 33. He's an ex-champion now. You have to ask, how much is left? Is this the last hurrah? Or has he got one last great performance in him?
Well, he's got to try and bring out one last great performance. He really does have to fight very well. He's confident, he's trained up, you know, he thinks he's ready. Very technical, very knowledgeable. You know, he's very truthful about his own ability, and he thinks he can do it. So, you know, he's got a good chance.
Woodhall entering what is, I have to tell you, a subdued arena after the injury to Paul Ingle, and let us just hope he is okay. He's on his way to hospital. There is Richie Woodhall. Saw him spar down at the gym at the Iron Bridge Power Station near his home in Shropshire the other day. And I'll tell you, he looked very, very good. I think he's right mentally and physically for this. But can his body still do it this late in his career? We'll only get the answer to that when this starts.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring, here comes the defending world champion from Newbridge, South Wales, introducing Joe Kальзаге.
Well, let's give Joe Kальзаге some credit. He's been a world champion now for 3 years. He's making his 7th defense. He's not a young man anymore in boxing terms. He's 28 now. He's fast, he's strong, he hits hard, he's got a good chin, but it has to be said, his form has been patchy. He still has things to prove, and rather sadly, the people of Wales, as yet, haven't really taken him to their hearts in the way that they did with fighters like peerless Jim Driscoll and the ghost with a hammer in his hand, little Jimmy Wilde, and Howard Winston, the late great Howard Winston. He's not got to that kind of league with the Welsh fans yet, but they're talking about a huge fight for him coming up if he wins this against the light heavyweight star Roy Jones, and that would be a mega fight, a defining night for Calzaghe, but he can't afford to get ahead of himself here.
No, he can't. He's got to really have his best performance tonight. He's got to do well against Richie Woodhall. Richie Woodhall, very technical. But Calzaghe, it's a shame he hasn't really taken, the Welsh fans haven't taken him, because he's undefeated. He's done everything that's asked of him. He's still world champion. Maybe it's because he's a little cocky at times, but that's that's nothing wrong with that. You need to be cocky in this business.
Taylor the Tape says this: Calzaghe, 4 years younger at 28. Woodhall is taller, he's good with the jab, he's got a reach advantage. You'll need to use that, though I'm told he's quite well prepared to box under pressure here. On the scales yesterday, both inside 12 stone, but tonight Calzaghe weighed 12 stone 11. Is this fight one fight too far for him at super middleweight? It's a question. Woodhall's been a professional now for a decade, Calzaghe for 7 years. Calzaghe's had one more fight, interestingly. Woodhall has boxed a lot more rounds. He's often had to go the full distance. Calzaghe, impressive knockout percentage, 82. He hits hard. 7 world title fights for Calzaghe, 5 for Woodhall. Woodhall's faced 5 world champions in his career. He's only lost a couple of times, both to southpaws, interestingly. Been on the floor 5 times. Calzaghe has never been down yet. So what happens here? We're about to find out. Here's MC Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Sheffield Arena here in Sheffield, England, for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Frank Warren's Sports Network, and Showtime Championship Boxing as sponsored by Red Square. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the World Boxing Organization. The president and supervisor is Francisco Valcarcel. Along with the British Boxing Board of Control, the steward in charge is Lord Brooks of Tremorfa. Our physician at ringside, Dr. Graham Stead. Timekeepers at the bell also keeping countdowns of tonight's bouts. Barry Pinder and Colin Roberts. Introducing to you our three judges scoring them out from ringside. From Wolverhampton, England, we have John Coyle. From London, England, Dave Paris. And from Dalton, Illinois, in the United States, Gerald Scott. And the referee in charge of this bout, he'll be giving instructions after the introductions from Kent, England, Roy Francis. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Super Middleweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, from Sheffield, England, it's showtime! Introducing to you first, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger on my left. He is fighting out of the red corner, entering the ring wearing navy blue trunks with white trim, fighting out of it, representing Telford, England. He weighed in at 11 stone, 13.5 pounds, 167.5 U.S. pounds. His record stands at 26 wins, 2 losses, with 16 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former WBC Super Middleweight Champion of the World, currently ranked the WBO #2 contender, introducing Richie Woodhall. And his opponent across the ring, ready to fight on my right in the blue corner, the defending world champion, wearing black trunks with white trim, hailing from Newbridge, South Wales. He weighed in at 11 stone, 13.75 pounds, or 167.75 U.S. pounds. His record, he is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with 29 wins, no losses, 24 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, he is making the 7th defense of his title. Here is the undefeated WBO Super Middleweight Champion of the World, introducing Joe Kazanki. Once again, our referee in charge of this bout, Roy Francis, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of championship boxing schedule.
Right, look at me. Right. One of you goes down, I'll take the other one, neutral corner, you stay there, I'll say come on, okay? Now, when I say break, stand back to exactly what I mean. You got it? Right, shake hands. Have a good one.
The trademark expression for the last time in a world title fight, the last big appointment for Roy Francis, the referee who's been officiating for 19 years, 65 years of age. He says it's like having a door slammed in your face to have to leave the business he loves. But he'll still be doing, I think, a few fights abroad. Woodhall, the taller man. The blue trunks, the black, of champion Joe Kальзаге. Woodhall's had problems with southpaws in the past. Both his defeats have been against southpaws in world championship fights. Keith Holmes and Marcus Beyer, who had him on the floor 3 times in the opening 3 rounds, and that leaves a bit of a question mark about Woodhall's punch resistance late in his career. But he's a good technician, Woodhall. Body shots from Calzaghe. These two very good friends. Oh, right hand, and that's hurt Woodhall. There's the power of Calzaghe. He's having to cover up. He's definitely hurt. He had Eubank on the floor, remember, the night he won the title in the first round, and Woodhall had a great chin. These are problem moments here for Woodhall already.
He's picking his punches well, Calzaghe. Got Woodhall in trouble here. Woodhall having to keep the hands tight, and get on his bike a little bit.
Watch the use of the head, says Roy Francis. The Calzaghe here with some heavy shots. Did Gum Shield come out there? I think it did. For Richie Woodhall, who's probably thinking, if this guy's my friend, I'd hate it if he was an enemy.
Well, this is business. Friendship is out the window when it's in there. This is all about careers. There's an awful lot at stake.
It always looked a tough assignment for Woodhall. It's already looking tougher. Woodhall has problems punching with the right hand straight, because if he misses, it's absolute agony for him after an elbow operation he had a few years back. That is a handicap for him, fighting against a southpaw. Again, he's rocked with the left hand of Calzaghe, who really does have brilliant hand speed.
Well, Woodhall's having to use all his technical ability, but he's walking onto a few shots as he tries to throw his jab.
Looks razor sharp early on here, Calzaghe. He's got through his first crisis, Woodhall, with baggies written on the back of his shorts, the nickname of his beloved West Bromwich Albion. Calzaghe really setting himself for these shots.
Yes, Calzaghe noisily setting his feet, trying to get the big punches on. Woodhall, a decent right hand there.
That was his best punch of the round. Woodhall sold £25,000 worth of tickets to his mates in Telford, but it's Calzaghe's first round.
Well, Calzaghe covers up and then comes out with that big round left hook. Just goes in close there, keeps his hands up and comes out. Good reaction punch there from Joe Kallzaghe. The heads clashed, but Kallzaghe came out of it well.
It disorientated Woodhall, I think, didn't it, that shot?
Yes, it did. And then he starts to pile on the pressure. Woodhall, very knowledgeable, good defensively, having to get the hands up.
Look at the success rate there, 56% for Joe Kallzaghe. That is phenomenal. I don't think we've seen many percentages better than that. Well, one or two, but that's excellent.
It's a very sharp start for Kallzaghe. He looks in good form.
Seventh defense. Woodhall hits him with the right hand right at the start of the round. Took Kallzaghe a bit by surprise. Stormed out there, Woodhall, and tries to take control himself. I fancy that he thinks he hurt Kallzaghe with that right at the end of the previous round, and his boxing brain told him to go out there and see if he could do something early in this session.
Well, it was the right thing to do. He had to try and take away the confidence of Kallzaghe. Has to make him think a little bit about what Woodhall's going to throw. Not that he's thinking about all-out defence.
Woodhall had more or less accepted going into this fight that he couldn't stop Kallzaghe. He thought if he was going to win, he could do it on points, but he was confident he could do it on points as well. Good body shot from Woodhall, and again. And a big right hand. These are good shots, and he's not missing with them. If he does miss, the pain can be excruciating if he straightens the right hand.
And he's trying to throw that right hand in a hooky manner, bring it up.
He's just turning the pace. This is good stuff from Woodhall here. What fire! Terrific right hand again. Well, this is warming up. Woodhall hurt early on in the fight, but storming back here in round two with a series of crunching rights. This fight going out in the United States as well. It's another showcase for Calzaghe, who is regarded both sides of the pond as the best super middleweight in the world. Well, he was going into this anyway. But he's proving pretty easy to hit here.
He is. Woodhall still landing that right hand. He's just throwing it as often as he can, but he's getting through with it.
It's the classic tactic against the southpaw, and Woodhall, never mind that injury he's had a few years and problem with the right hand, he's going to throw it, and it's working for him in this round. This is Woodhall's round. He's really opening up here. Woodhall taking it to Calzaghe. What about this?
Well, he had to try this. He had to try and put Calzaghe on the back foot, let him feel his own power.
Good fight this so far between these two. All British battle, and there have been so many of them for these super middleweight championships. Good body shots from Calzaghe towards the end of the round. Now that's Woodhall's session, for me anyway.
Don't say 2 punches an out, Rich. It's your game now, all we do is...
Len Woodhall, Richie's dad. No nonsense character, just like his son. Great guy.
Yes, both fathers in the corner. Oh, nice guys.
Yes, father and son, and the two dads are big mates as well. They were hugging at the weigh-in yesterday. Terrific second round for Richie Woodhall. His round 3, due to go 12, of course, for the WBO super middleweight title. Calzaghe in the black trunks. Woodhall, the long-established servant of British boxing. A lot of Woodhall fans in here as well. Another big right hand. No head movement at all from Calzaghe. It's just as well that Richie Woodhall is not known as a huge hitter. Do you remember how Robin Reed kept hitting Calzaghe with those shots? He's obviously watched that video.
Well, he's doing the right thing, Woodhall. He's just throwing the right hand as often as he can without leaving himself too open, and it's working well.
Bit of a low one there. Again, that right hand from Woodhall. He cannot miss with it. Calzaghe, that is something he needs to work on. Woodhall was long odds against with the bookmakers going into this one.
Still keeps throwing the roundhouse right. Woodhall still keeps landing it.
Well, I just had the feeling, talking to Richie Woodhall last week and visiting his camp, that he was ready to put up a big performance here.
Well, he really needs this fight. Woodhall needs it the most. You know, there's nowhere left for him to go. It's really a last chance for Woodhall.
Yeah, I think he accepts that as well. Fighting for his very career. Might even quit, you would suspect, if he lost this badly enough. Woodhall quite happy to come forward and try to put the pressure on Calzaghe.
Calzaghe, the type that likes to fight at his pace. He likes to set the pace. Woodhall trying to take him out of that.
Staying on those ropes, Woodhall, rather than moving, which is what they'd want him to do, I think. But he's quite happy here to have a tear-up with Joe Calzaghe. That might surprise some people.
Calzaghe finishing the round the better, just getting his shots off more fluently.
It's a good battle for this championship here.
Well, don't exchange with the guy. You don't have to.
Len Woodhall with Dean Powell on cuts tonight, and there's usually Denny Mancini, but he's on duty in Germany tonight. I think, quite honestly, he'd rather have been here, but contracts are contracts.
Yes, I think so. But the Woodhall camp, they want there. I think they want Woodhall to box a bit more. I think he's doing the right thing in trying to take the fight to Calzaghe.
Fourth round, blue trunks. Richie Woodhall, black of Joe Kallzaghe, the champion. Defence number 7 for him from Newbridge in South Wales. Both of them fathers of 3, family men. Calzaghe having to take these shots again from Woodhall. So easy to hit. If he does fight Roy Jones, and it's only talk, he's going to have to do better than this, Calzaghe.
Well, he's still got Richie Woodhall in front of him at this moment, and this is looking a tough task. Woodhall boxing very well.
He certainly put behind him the problems he had in that fight with the German Marcus Bayer, who's not really a puncher, but had Woodhall down 3 times. They felt that they'd concentrated on too many negatives going into that. They filled Woodhall with too many negative thoughts. It was one of the theories of Richie and his father about that one. Good shot that from Joe Kallzaghe. A sharp little left hook.
Yes, he's starting to land a few solid ones now, Calzaghe, getting his rhythm better. Starting to just get off first with his punches.
Calzaghe's had so many injury problems in his career. There's a low left hand from him. That's what Roy Francis is just giving him a warning about. Calzaghe, when the mood takes him, can box rather well. The elbow injuries and wrist injuries and hand injuries. There have been spells of inactivity which haven't helped him. Good body shot there from Woodhall. He's very accurate.
Calzaghe doing a bit more though.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Finishing with a left hook, or cross anyway, and then some body shots. Calzaghe working well and finding a nice rhythm now. Woodhall momentarily troubled here. Keep the punches up again, Roy Francis. Takes absolutely no nonsense in there. It'll be sad to see him off the scene, really, in Britain anyway.
This is good work from Calzaghe, getting his combinations off well, finding Woodhall easier to hit.
Yeah, Calzaghe outworked him in that round.
It's another Mayan job, but this time you're all right with it.
Richie Woodhall has a problem by the right eye, some damage underneath it. Dean Powell working. Total punches landed, Calzaghe 94 to Woodhall 65 so far, says the computer.
Get on there and do the job, come on.
Fifth round. Calzaghe just looked to be taking control in the 4th. After Woodhall had had a couple of good rounds. Blood by the nose as well now of Woodhall. Woodhall's shown here, though, Glenn, that he's not a shot fighter yet, is he?
Well, certainly not. He's certainly got plenty of pride. He's worked long and hard at this. He wants to give this a real big effort.
Been doing this all his life. That's a great little left hand on the counter from Calzaghe. Been back in South Wales for his training this time, having gone up to Hertfordshire for the Omar Shaker fight, which he won well. Looked back to form that night after some indifferent performances. Quite a lot of blood around Woodhall's face now.
Yes, Calzaghe's catching him more and more, just getting his rhythm. Now Calzaghe's starting to let the shots go a lot better.
Mixing it up to head and body as well. trying moments for Woodhall here. Been a battle really of their technical skills. And Calzaghe, far from being able to hit, has got plenty of those too. He's been a bit too easy to hit for my liking here, particularly with right hands. Reed did it, Woodhall's done it again here. I don't know quite what the answer is to that. There's another one thumping in. I mean, what would he do if he was in with a really big mega puncher? Trying to meet fire with fire, Woodhall. But again, Calzaghe appears to get the better of the exchange.
Yes, Calzaghe's fast hands. Woodhall find it difficult to defend against those combinations.
Just blowing a little, Woodhall, in characteristic fashion. This is pretty good from Calzaghe.
Yes, for me, Calzaghe getting better as the rounds go on.
And concentrating on body shots quite a lot, Calzaghe, trying to slow down Richie Woodhall. Again, a Calzaghe round. Welcome back. At the moment, I have Calzaghe a point ahead. Glenn has him 3 points ahead, but that's only because we scored round 3 differently. I gave it to Woodhall, you gave it to Calzaghe, so...
Yes, I just think Calzaghe's throwing the better punches. He's getting off quicker, putting Woodhall under a bit of pressure with his combinations.
Here's the 6th round. Calzaghe, the champion from South Wales, in the black trunks. His dad Enzo in the corner tonight discovered he could box when he gave him a speed ball for his 9th birthday. And he was pretty nifty on that. So that's where those fast hands came from. Woodhall needing a big round here. Just a bit marked up from his endeavours so far.
On the move, Rich, on the move.
Not much use of the jab from Woodhall.
No, it's very difficult often, you know, to beat a southpaw to the jab. You know, even if you're a good technical boxer like Woodhall, it's often very difficult. Southpaws normally are pretty good at timing their jab against your own.
They do present special kind of problems. Woodhall's struggled with southpaws not only in those 2 defeats, but also against people like Horace Fleary and Derek Wormold earlier on in his career. That's a great combination from Woodhall. He's showing his class there. But I think he's going to need a career best performance to overcome the unbeaten Calzaghe here.
Well, already he's shown plenty of grit and determination, Richie Woodhall.
Well, it's been a proud performance, hasn't it, from him?
Yes, he's working very hard. He's trying. He really wants to win this. He knows how much this means.
A bit less from Calzaghe in this round. It's a quieter session, maybe the quietest so far. They've both put up a terrific effort so far in pursuit of this championship. Calzaghe to keep it, Woodhall to get it. Here's the question too about Calzaghe and the weight. It's a really big problem for him to get down to 12 stone. Has been for a long, long time. Could he tire late on in the fight as a result of that? He's often asked that question, but he's always seems to pass the test, doesn't he?
That's right. It's quite surprising because Woodhall looks the bigger man.
Not much in that round, was there?
No, I give that an even round. Both had their their little spells, their combinations, but it was quite a quiet round.
Rich, you've got to start to take over a little bit, but you've got to be smart,
You've got to be smart now. Snap him. You're punching and it'd be dull. All right, you're punching and it'd be dull. Drink it.
Calzaghe trying to get through his combination, but it was Woodhall who got through with two crisp shots there. That was nice from Woodhall. Still got a bit of hand speed.
There's the McCrory scorecard by 3 points.
Yeah, Calzaghe just doing more, just a bit more combination work from him.
I've got it narrower, still by 1 point to Calzaghe. Here's round 7, second half of the fight now. Calzaghe in the black trunks, remember. Still reaching out for full-blown recognition, Joe Calzaghe. People in the trade think he's the world #1 of what is a bit of a dull division, frankly, at the moment. Lacking the lustre of when Eubank and Ben and Collins were around. Calzaghe looking to work the body at every opportunity.
Yes, Calzaghe just, his variety's better. He's working the body and the head, changing the shots around, giving Woodhall more to think about.
But there's not an awful lot in this, is there, in these rounds?
Nice solid straight left hand from Calzaghe.
And again, Woodhall getting trapped on the ropes, taking quite a few on the gloves and arms and getting himself out of trouble quite cleverly. And there's that right hand again. Don't want to harp on about it, but if Joe Calzaghe is going to fight Roy Jones, he can't do it like that. Jones will absolutely marmalise him with right hands.
Well, that's a different fight, and certainly Calzaghe hasn't got Roy Jones on his mind at the moment.
No, he hasn't. Good body shot again from Calzaghe. Just the greater authority about him at this stage. Crowd at the back of the hall getting excited. I think they thought that Woodhall had landed with a really big right hand, but I don't think it did land cleanly. That's neat boxing. Clever three-punch combination now from Calzaghe.
Yes, he's doing more, nice and neat, putting the combinations together well, Calzaghe. You can just up and down the tempo a bit better, Calzaghe. Change the rhythm of the fight.
He's quite good at putting together those little short left-hand punches, even when there's not so much in them, that maybe take the eye of the judges as well. Body punching of Calzaghe, and he, I think, will have won that round. There's been no ignominious defeat here for Woodhall tonight. Some people were wondering if it would all be too much this late and he'd get blown away. There's Enzo Calzaghe working with Joe. He's got a good camp down there in South Wales, some good youngsters. Bradley Price is one that springs to mind.
There, nice short counter with that left hand from Calzaghe. Woodhall was winding up the right, and before he got it on, Calzaghe was, with the quicker punches, was first to score.
What you'll be doing? This is come on, this is it now. This is your half now, move. Move to the left. Come on, Rich.
Move to the left, says Len Woodhall. Richie, who was married this year to his partner of the last 17 years. No whirlwind romance, that one. Woodhall steps it up here. Listen to his fans. Good stuff from Woodhall here at the start of the 8th round. He needs a round here. He's beginning to fall behind. Woodhall, the former WBC champion, made a couple of defences of the title against Glenn Catley. That was a controversial one, very debatable. And Vincenzo Nardiello, the reluctant Italian, before losing it to Marcus Bayer. Again, the right hand. That just seemed to stiffen the legs of Calzaghe. For me, that one.
Well, Calzaghe's still taking too many of those right hands. He's got to try and get his left hand up more.
Right hand from both of them, landing almost simultaneously. Good shots too. Just swelling up around the cheeks, Woodhall. Nothing to worry about at the moment. It's a tough battle, isn't it, this one?
This is a hard fight. It's technical and it's tough and physical.
He's really lifted himself in this round, Woodhall.
Well, he really rocked the head back of Calzaghe's there with a good jab, Woodhall.
Right hand gets there from Calzaghe, but Woodhall, yet again, snarls back defiance. What a performance Richie Woodhall is putting up here.
Well, this is a good round. Woodhall's landed with some good clean shots to Calzaghe.
He's so desperate to prove the critics wrong, Richie Woodhall. He's come out inspired here. He's a natural fighting man. Wants to stay in the sport when he's finished with it too. Maybe as a trainer or official, he says. Calzaghe still getting hit with too many rights for all his neat combinations. There's a nice straight left from him and a body shot. Calzaghe coming on strong in the late seconds of the round. Oh, and he's been hurt by a lowish one, Woodhall. Not going to make too much of it. Not his style. Could have done, could have taken time out. Can't be bothered with it. It's typical, isn't it? Last few seconds of an 8th round with some really good action. Heads nearly clashed there. That's Woodhall for me.
Now you just get on as you just done. In 1 and 3, Rich. 1 and 3, it was beautiful. And then you stood and had a look at your own work. Fire him in.
Well, it's West Bromwich Albion. We're in a 3-3 draw at Watford today. I think he wants more than the draw, didn't he?
Well, that was good from Woodhall. They really sucked it in and went out there to try and dominate in that round, and he did. For me, that was a Woodhall round. Calzaghe came back towards the end, but Woodhall went out there to try and make an impression, put Calzaghe on the back foot, and he hit him with some good shots, rocking his head back with that jab, and then there was a good combination after that.
Woodhall a bit marked up around the face. He recently had a job playing Brad Pitt's double in the movie Snatch. Do you know what they paid him? 150 quid. Dear, oh dear. About 6 million less than Brad Pitt got.
Well, he'll be getting a bit more for this.
Here's the 9th. Catley remember, Calzaghe remember the champion in the black trunks. Oh, right hand, big one, and Woodhall just ate that up from Calzaghe. We asked the question about Woodhall's punch resistance. Forget that, he's taken plenty. His chin has always been good, and I think he's proved tonight that the Bayer experience was an aberration, really.
Yes, he was maybe a bit too relaxed in that fight. That's maybe why he hit the canvas. This fight, he really has, you know, he's gritting his teeth, he's trying hard, and his punch resistance much better.
Calzaghe, a fighter who perhaps hasn't had all the credit he deserves in his career. He was a little bit boastful in his younger days, but he's settled down and matured, and he just wants that one big defining fight. But first of all, he's got to win this one. And that's no formality against a fired-up and inspired Woodhall, who's there again with the right hands. If only Woodhall had a real dig.
There's a good straight left there from Calzaghe. He just pulled Woodhall back.
He was hurt by that, wasn't he? He sagged from that punch. That took a bit out of Woodhall. And still he comes back.
Well, Calzaghe picking it up again. He's boxing very well, Calzaghe. He's been hit a few too many times with the right hand, but against a very inspired Woodhall, Calzaghe still on top.
The punch of the round for me, there was that straight left of Calzaghe's, which really made Woodhall sag. Dives in with the right, Woodhall. God, this is a great round.
Well, I think the punch of the round now was that one from Woodhall, which is a brilliant right hand.
Superb action. Credit to both of them. Head and body shots. Good craftsmanship from Calzaghe. Sometimes he does put those combinations together really well. That's really good too. Another straight left. That's class. That's the best of Calzaghe. Oh, and he just knees buckled at Woodhall, and he's down. Down he goes right at the end of a round. And he looks hurt and tired, up at 8. And he'll come back for more. But Calzaghe has got the big breakthrough at the end of the night.
Please. You know what you've got to do now? As soon as he comes at you, throw the big iPad and get moving. Okay, that was excellent. Come on.
It's more exhaustion, I think, than anything else here with Woodhall.
Well, that was a terrific round of fighting. They really went at it. Woodhall had some good spells, some good punches, but Calzaghe come back, as he's done all the way through this fight, with an answer like that. He put his shots together well, good solid punches. The legs were just starting to wilt. He kept the pressure on Calzaghe and found the punches to put Woodhall over.
Yeah, a terrific combination, wasn't it, from Calzaghe?
It was very good. He knew he'd hurt him with a shot and then just turned up the heat, put the pressure on, and good work from Calzaghe.
Crowd here, not complaining, I can tell you. Enjoying this one. Been a terrific battle. Again, Calzaghe's right hand, a bit low. The shot from Calzaghe. Is he looking for the stoppage now? Woodhall was lucky that he was on the floor late in the previous round and the bell came at a good time. But Calzaghe now is pouring in the punches and looking for the stoppage. And he's going to stop it. It is over. It has been stopped in the 10th round. Roy Francis steps in with Woodhall still on his feet. There were no complaints from Richie Woodhall at all, or from his corner. There are mutual hugs. Joe Calzaghe is still the champion, but it was a heroic effort from Richie Woodhall. It really was. The two dads are hugging as well in there. The two trainers, Enzo and Len. Any problems with the stoppage there?
No, I don't think so. I think Roy Francis knew that Woodhall was starting to wilt. He didn't want to see him take too much punishment. There was no complaints from Woodhall. Woodhall knew that Calzaghe was getting on top and it was getting hard for him. And there, distraught Richie Woodhall with his dad. It means an awful lot to him. But a terrific performance from Joe Calzaghe.
Apart from being so easy to hit with right hands, he did a lot of really electrifying work with combinations, Calzaghe, and looked good.
That was a very good Richie Woodhall.
Is this the last of Richie Woodhall? If that is the end of his career, and it might be, he's gone out covered in glory for me.
Ah, me too. He's had a great career. He's always been a fantastic ambassador for British boxing. If it is his last fight, we wish him well. He lost nothing in defeat here. It was an inspired performance from Richie Woodhall. He tried so hard, but I thought Calzaghe was very, very good. Had to take a few too many right hands, but he was taking them off a good fighter.
Roy Francis, his last act, refereeing in World Championship level in Britain is to stop the fight, and Woodhall just nods. There's no complaints, and that says to me that the referee got it right.
Yep, he didn't argue. He was under pressure. He's starting to fight back. You can see he was starting to wilt. Calzaghe's going in. He knew the finish was on. He's going in to try and take him out, and I thought that was a perfectly timed stoppage. Just a little nod of respect there from Richie Woodhall to Joe Kallzaghe. And I think that said it all. He then went and hugged him, and you know, he didn't complain.
They'll be even bigger mates, I think. After that, there'll be mutual respect, which has grown, having shared that experience in the ring together. Look at that. Look at that. Two fighters involved in a contest like that. Well, there was an answer to all those who want to knock boxing. There are plenty of good fights. They're not all mismatches, you know. There's some dramatic action and heroism, bravery and courage.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 28 seconds in round number 10. A referee in charge, Roy Francis, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated and still the WBO super middleweight champion of the world, Joe Kallzaghe.
Well, what a spectacle you two fighters put up. I think you should be proud of each other. First of all, you, Richie, what have you got to say to Joe about that?
It was a great performance by Joe. I fell short with the jab a few times, and I got punished. And it was, in the end, he was too strong for me. That's the way it is. And
no problems with the stoppage, obviously. You just nodded when Roy Francis stopped it.
Yeah, no complaints. You know, I tried to stay on my feet and tried to fight back, but I got caught. And every fighter knows that you're in that position, then it's very hard to get back.
Let's have a word with Joe. He hit you with some great right hands, but your combinations tonight were sort of electrifying at times in there.
Yeah, I knew I had to be, because I know Richie, I think Richie's a better fighter than all the other champions. I said that, and Richie proved it tonight. He gave me 10 really tough rounds, and at times I was missing wild, and only somebody Richie Woodhall can make me do that, because he's a very intelligent boxer. He caught me with some good right hands, left hooks. You know, Richie's a great fighter, but like you said, I was too strong at the end. I got my second win, 9th, 10th round, and I got the combinations together and finished the fight.
If you two are friends, I mean, what would it have been like if you're enemies, for goodness sake, because that was hard, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm glad when the referee stopped the fight when he did. You know, I think it was the right decision. But like I said, Richie fought a fantastic fight, and I'm sure that, you know, there's a lot of fight left in this guy yet, definitely. I think he's the best I've fought so far.
You going to carry on, Richie?
Hopefully, I'm going to have a good long talk with my family and Frank, and we'll see where we go from here.
But at this weight?
Well, there's not a lot of options for me left, so I don't really know. I'm just going to have to give it a long consideration, have a bit of a break over Christmas, and see where I go.
You both